He's like a recovering alcoholic, and he posts like videos being like, "This is how I would hide vodka in the morning."
Yeah, that's the guy. Scott.
That's him.
Yeah, he'll like put it in an apple.
Yeah, he'll put in a water bottle, put in the sink next to an apple.
Yeah, with like a little bit like a Splenda packet.
Yeah,
he's like, it's trash.
And it was always like deterring, like deterrent for like alcoholism. But I loved every comment being like, "Great tip, Scott. Using this one, Scott. You're the man."
Who was this guy?
Scott Frieda, I think his name is. He's really fucking.
Did he abuse people at Nickelodeon?
Probably.
Like
He
Dan
looks.
Schneider?
He's the right age for it.
I don't really care.
If he could have.
I don't care about anybody that's not that isn't involved in the Nickelodeon.
Schneider
right
or Brian Peck. That's all I care about right now.
I have been on a big Nickelodeon kick. I've been watching that show. What is it? Quiet on the Set?
Yes.
What is that?
It's about how Dan Schneider and Brian Peck were,
Diddling.
not even really. Well,
They were
Peck
diddling.
was.
Yeah.
Peck. I used to suck Brian's little Peck.
You suck, Brian.
I was on Nickelodeon as a child, but here's the thing: I didn't have any issues because I showed Schneider who's boss. I used to titty fuck him.
Oh.
I used to hold a whipped cream canister to his sexy fat head, and I
Damn.
titty. I was like 13 years old. I used to titty fuck.
Would he try to stop you, or would he just let?
Well, no, he
did
liked
like
it. So I was in a lot of.
He was like Gianna Michaels.
Yeah, I was in season 3 of all that, but they never aired it. But yeah, like a lot of people don't know this about me. I was on Nickelodeon as a child.
Well, it does explain. It explains your current, habits and your current wrongdoings. You were a victim.
Of course,
We swore that bit off.
Yeah.
No, I was molested. I actually forced. Can you rape molest? Like, if you're a kid, can you
molest?
Can
back?
I molest back? Because that's what happened.
Like it's an Uno switch card.
He actually didn't think I was that hot, Schneider, but I still forced him to because I heard when my co-stars would tell me what he was doing to them, and I go, "Oh, fuck it, let me talk to him, let me handle this." And then I'd go into a room.
They're like, "Oh, thank God, he's gonna tell the police."
Yeah,
You walk out of the room just sweaty.
You're in a robe. You're smoking a cigarette.
I think Schneider
Just gave Schneider the foot job of his dreams.
Well, he responded to today, Schneider.
Oh, what'd he say?
He did a big interview we could watch.
Is that what you have it up?
Yeah, but we should maybe get into the case a little bit. But this is the big things are happening, folks. Because it's interesting to me because growing up in LA, I don't know if you had this, John, but I did know auxiliary people at play dates or whatever. There would be a kid there that was kind of associated with Nickelodeon or something.
I think that was like a Silver Lake.
I used to kind of wasn't Silver. Don't I had
that in Tahunga.
It wasn't. It was in usually in Studio City.
Yeah.
I remember being a kid at a play date or something. There'd be somebody there that was kind of on Disney Channel or Nickelodeon or something like that. And now I'm finding out they're all fucked up. Drake Bell. Drake Bell was he was apparently actually raped by Brian Peck.
See, I never got the details. Maybe did you finish the whole doc?
I just watched a little bit on my phone before you guys got here, so I'm I'm an expert on it.
Yeah.
And Drake Bell just goes, just the worst type of sexual abuse you can imagine. That's what it was.
Rape.
I don't want to get into it.
So then rape.
I was like, okay, so
rape.
loud. And you know what's interesting is because about 5 years ago, I delivered Postmates to Drake Bell.
Really?
Yeah, and I had he seemed a little. Something was off with Drake because first off, he ordered diner food from Postmates.
I've done that.
Yeah, but it wasn't breakfast.
Exactly.
It was.
Hey, come on.
It was he got real food. He got tilapia from a diner delivered to him. It was a fucked up meal. So I go, something's off with this guy. Obviously rape. And then he opened the door the drug the meth heads in Breaking Bad that keep digging the holes. It was he opened the door Tucker. Where's Tucker? He had on a wife beater and he was fucked up in the face, obviously on drugs. And that day I realized that something was up. And then 5 years later my hunch was right.
Did you try to act like you were a huge fan of his? Because you do that with every celebrity.
He was a little. It was. I kind of wanted to have a moment with him, but he was
like a caged animal. You couldn't.
Yeah, it was. He was he was like a feral. He was like a feral cat. It was fucked up though. But it's it is crazy watching this doc because it's when I was a kid, even as a kid, you're like, God, a lot of the people in the show, there's a lot of jokes where somebody's getting creamed on, or like, you know.
Yeah. That was the biggest thing that occurred to me watching it, is that Dan Schneider was the mastermind behind basically a ton of what Nickelodeon was. So all that and the sliming. Sliming was the biggest thing. It was the most popular concept in the world as a kid.
Yeah.
It's like getting slimed and being like, in my head as a kid, I would see that show where they'd bring in regular people and they would do an obstacle course and they'd get slimed.
Yeah.
And my biggest dream was like, Mom, can we go to Disney World and get slimed? Mm-hmm. And now it's almost like, is that the greatest pedophile psyop ever?
It is, actually.
Because you know the rough draft was white slime. It was definitely like, I got this great idea, cannons of white slime blasting children, and everyone's like, that's a little egregious. He goes, I hear you.
Yeah.
All right, can we still slime these kids though?
Like,
we'll make it neon green, and then you can get away with
But
it.
then
And he's like,
even
I'll just
beyond-
watch black and white, and I can still jerk off.
Even beyond the sliming, though, there's just so many sketches on like the Amanda Show or just all these Nickelodeon shows where it's like a girl's like pulls out like a cucumber and is like, can I get juice from this cucumber? And she's in bed like squeezing it like it is crazy. It was like right in front of us.
Schneider was obsessed with feet, right?
Yeah, there's a bunch of feet
A lot
stuff.
of feet
foot
stuff.
guy.
A lot of
Yeah.
feet stuff.
Like Ariana Grande had a sketch or something that he wrote where she was rubbing feet.
Yeah. iCarly had a lot of foot rubbing stuff. He's like PG
weird.
Tarantino, you know? It's like,
Yeah.
but a lot of like frames of like Ariana Grande in bed with her feet up behind her.
Well, Tarantino's a grown man. You're allowed to do
That's
that.
what I'm saying. You know, I mean, say you're not allowed to
With
with
women.
kids. It's
PG.
it's okay.
He's like an X-rated pedophile version of Tarantino.
Okay, I'm just saying.
You're supporting pedophilia. Devin,
I kind of, listen, I don't like people talking about my man.
What if I get really mad? I'm out of here, dude. Fuck you, dude.
I don't want to hear too much bad stuff about my man.
Schneider.
You'd hang out with him a lot.
Well, we had more than that.
Yeah.
We had a little more than that.
You and Brian Singer and Schneider.
Drake Bell was talking about how one of the days that like Brian Peck finally got really angry was Drake Bell was hanging out at his girlfriend's place, and he was supposed to go to Disneyland with Brian Peck that day, and he was avoiding it. I don't know why. And Brian kept calling. He kept calling his phone over and over again, then kept calling the girlfriend's like mom's house, and then got really angry. And Drake went and told the girlfriend's mom. But it is like no one likes to be ghosted on a date.
I get it. No, especially if they're giving you anal.
Jesus.
Brian Peck on Space Mountain leans over to Drake Bell. He's like, no one can hear you in space.
What do you think the correlation is with fat, ugly guys being pedophiles? Like they're all. It's starting to feel like if you are just a fat, ugly fuck that you are a pedophile.
I take that as a personal attack. And
Well,
I'm
you
not a
do look like
pedophile.
you used to run Nickelodeon. Too.
Yeah. No, I don't know, man. There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of retard pedophiles. Yeah, I just fucking teed myself up for that one. I don't know, man. They're fucking. You can't get laid by normal age women, so you gotta like manipulate little babies and shit.
I don't know if it's that. I don't think they just can't fuck regular people, so they're like, I guess kids. I think there's
It's the only way that they can come.
No, I think
for
that is.
pedophiles.
I don't think that's solely what pedophilia is, like fat losers. I just think that like they develop this whole like, well, adult women won't fuck me because I'm not charming because I've been a fat recluse my entire life. So they have like physical prowess and more knowledge than like a young person. You can like manipulate them, you can groom them and all that stuff.
Do you think the fatter you get, the more you feel like a kid because you have like no discipline like kids and shit, and you kind of have the same diet?
It's like pizza party.
You're eating candy and
Chicken
pizza
fingers.
too.
Yeah.
It's like the kids love that you're fucking your snack room.
That's definitely the trap. They're like, dude, come over to my house with pizza, candy, like a million sodas. I'll fuck you in the ass, and we can, do suicides at McDonald's. And
But here's the thing. I mean, not all pedophiles like run sketch shows. Very like influential sketch shows.
yeah,
They all? Or you're saying only?
Not all.
Oh yeah, like Lorne Michaels. Is not.
But I was, all that, they used to work their fucking ass off on that show, and there was a lot of fucking talent on that show, and it's starting to make me think, like, maybe SNL would be a little better if Lauren, like, sexually threatened the cast a little bit. maybe there was a little sexual abuse.
It's a
going
little
on.
scare.
Just a little bit, you
Just
know?
the fear of it.
Just like, hey, Marcelo, you better bring it this week, okay? Or else you'll be in my office and I'll lock the doors.
The other thing is that Dan Schneider looks like he looks like Andy Milonakis. Like he looks like a boy. He has like a boy haircut. Like if you pull up a picture of him,
He's hot.
He's got
kind of
like
a bowl cut a little bit.
Yeah, he's got like a kid's haircut, and it looks like he's trying to keep a young face. Like he's trying to keep he dresses like a big fat kid.
If you're fat, you have to like grow your face.
He's got the rosy cheeks.
Yeah.
You can't be shaven like that.
He looks like he's in like
That's pedophile.
He looks like he's in what is it? The Breakfast Club.
Yeah, he looks like one of the guys.
He looks like he ate everyone's breakfast in the Breakfast Club. I mean,
even on Drake and Josh, just Drake Bell's character, was constantly like he was hooking up with a girl every episode, and I remember even being a kid and being like, it's weird how much this other kid makes out with women on every episode. He's like cornering a woman in the movie theater and like tonguing her, and I'm like, Jesus Christ!
Wait, they would like make out?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That would happen a lot.
On Drake and Josh, it was aggressive how much Drake was like getting pussy.
and Dan Schneider probably cast Josh because he looked like him.
It's like
and
an
it was his
avatar.
doppelganger, and he was like, I want,
It's who I want to be.
So I want to
am.
be, Josh Peck, by the way, any relation to Brian Peck? Was that Josh's dad? Was Josh Peck's dad
no relation.
banging Drake?
No,
it could be a whole web.
I read a thing that said no relation. That's the only reason I know that. But no, watching it, it gave me this feeling, and it made me start thinking about this, where it's like how much of what influenced me, all these big influential things like sliming is like a bukkake fantasy for some guy.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, it sounds kind of obvious, but like what else is motivated by horniness? And it's probably like, when you really boil it down, like almost everything.
Yeah.
But then it started going like, I started thinking like, is like Lion King a bestiality thing? Like somebody wrote that because they're into like, they're a furry.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's.
I think it made a lot of furries.
I think you're right.
It definitely
yeah,
did
Lion
that.
King made a fuck ton of. Do you remember?
I think a lot of that is
Yeah.
coming from a sick mind.
There's a lot of grown men to this day who are still attracted to Nala.
Walt Disney, It's a Small World.
Yeah.
That's a
I'd
world
fuck
that's
Nala,
about
dude.
no Jews. It's a small world that, like, if we get rid of them,
Oh.
a lot of things are coming from people's real beliefs.
No, I actually think, they're like projecting.
I mean,
What?
remember like in Lion King, there was that whole thing where like Simba like lays down on the cliff and then it blows the smoke up, the dust, and it says sex. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They're all perverts.
Everyone's a fucking sicko.
Do you remember Road to El Dorado?
Yeah.
Remember the chick in that, dude?
Hot.
She was like a Mike in Brazil fucking woman. It was crazy.
I don't remember that.
Oh my god, what was her fucking name?
I don't know. The girl from Atlantis, though.
Oh fuck.
I remember Spy Kids had
Dude.
chicks where it was like, are you trying to get me to jack off?
Oh yeah.
Those are like children.
No, the ladies. Like
Oh, the women?
yeah, first of all, I was a kid when I was watching it, but yeah, like the women in it had like there were some fucking chicks that were nipping out and showing cleavage and stuff.
God.
All right, let's check this out a little bit.
Yeah.
A new
By the way,
document.
you gave me a little face right there. What was your little?
I was just spacing out and thinking about the chick from Road to El Dorado and how fucking fat her ass was. I just had like a fucking like 10,000 yard stare through
She
your
was hot as
skull.
hell.
Yeah.
Okay, all right,
I'm horny.
all right.
It's okay.
Are you gonna fuck like? Are you gonna become one of those guys that like gets in like cartoon characters? Like you're so
Fucks
horny?
cartoon
You like want to
characters?
fuck like the Mr. Invincible?
What do you mean becoming that guy? I've been that guy since I was a little boy.
Mr. Incredible, Mr. Incredible.
Wait, he wants to fuck cartoon
He wants
characters?
to fuck Mr. Incredible.
Oh, Mrs. Incredible.
Yeah,
Holy
of course.
shit.
Elastic Woman?
Good God. You just fucking...
You're sleep deprived
Yeah, but I've had like 7 hours the last 2 days. It's crazy.
because you have
Total
motorcycle
or
lessons at 5 a.m.?
Okay.
Yeah, no, I passed my motorcycle class and it was just unhinged and fucking just fucking.
So you're really
sucks.
gonna ride a motorcycle around?
I'm gonna
Los Angeles.
I'm gonna
all the time?
learn.
That's
how
what you're gonna do.
Yeah, I'm selling my car, dude, and I'm gonna fucking shred, dude. It's gonna kick ass.
But you're our driver.
It's really.
I
Just,
know it's Joey. Literally, that was so funny because Joey, like, I picked Joey up and he's like, "What are you gonna?" Because I'm doing that big brother, little brother thing. He's like, "How you gonna get your little brother around?" I thought Joey meant him, and I was like, "Dude, I'll get you a helmet." You gotta hop on the back.
It might actually be the worst decision of all the ones you've made in the last year and a half.
really
Getting a
bad.
motorcycle.
I'm
and
okay
trading
with
your car
it.
in.
I'm okay with it if you get me a little sidecar.
Yeah. Well, you can hop on the back, but the thing is
What
like,
about Joey?
you can both get on there.
We'll have a sidecar on each side.
Like, well,
I think
just
I think
becomes
that's
the
the
car. I'm really bad at emergency braking. That was one of the tests. It's like you like go like 20 miles an hour, and they have a cone you have to pass, and you hit the brakes as hard as you can, and then they measure the distance you stopped and from where you started. And like I almost like fucking like crashed like twice.
What is there to it? Can you just slam the brakes?
Well, it's like 400 pounds between your feet, so it's like a lot
You skid
harder.
if you-
Yeah, and if you hit the brake too hard, you do skid, and like it's just fucking terrifying. It's like, and I never knew how to ride a bike till I was fucking 19.
Yeah, why are you into
Yes, this is a great idea.
Why are you talking?
Because it's fun.
John, I
Fun as
love
shit.
you, yeah, but I want to go on record saying this. I suspect that you're gonna crash a lot. on that thing.
I'm gonna miss you.
We're worried sick for you.
Yeah.
Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Papa.
We're worried sick for you.
It'll be good.
No, it's
Because
not
you're not
okay.
naturally coordinated. I'm not trying to be mean.
I'm not. No. I'm a fucking ditz. But I'll get there, dude. I'll get there. I'm not good at emergency braking. I'm actually really good at maneuvering. Like there was another test where they had like a fake wall you had to go around real quick, and I was killing that shit.
Okay.
But like braking, no.
Yeah. Well, the braking's not really important.
Maneuvering's more important, I think, on a bike.
Yeah.
But actually, for his actual little brother in this program, it's like
I'm just gonna get Uber.
By the way, I had to recently, because I'm the only person here that whatever. Even though I don't agree with your decisions, I will still help you. And
He put you down as a
I got
reference.
hit up by a questionnaire from
I just never got it
from the Big Brother company, and I had to answer all these questions. It was insane how many questions were like, "Do you think this man is in a position in his life to take this on?"
yeah.
Have you seen a chance to see his living space?
Literally said, "Have you seen? Have you had a chance to see where he lives?"
Well, I set like boundaries when I talked to the guy. I was like, hey, listen, like, because some of the they will take the kids and like after like a year they can come to where you live. But I was like, that's never happening. Number one, because I just think that's weird. Like, I don't want to be alone. Like
That is weird, yeah.
it's bizarre. Number one, and number two, I was like, he's never gonna know about or listen to the podcast, but they know about the podcast.
the guys that hired you.
Yeah, that guy was like, dude, I love Joe Rogan. Like, it's all good. And I was like,
Have you gotten a chance to meet the other applicants? Like, do you know anyone else
Dude,
in the program?
No, but like apparently it's all women. Like you have to. The wait time for a Big Brother is
God,
like
the
a
kid
year.
that's gonna get you is gonna be so fucking mad,
Dude, I hope
he's gonna be
He's
stoked.
gonna be so mad.
No, he has
I
like
would-
all
I'd be
these
good.
MILFs. All his friends have MILFs.
Yeah, no, they don't pair him up with like hot women. You got a dude. You gotta. If you're a dude, you get a dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
no, there's no like hot big titty.
I hope you
girls.
get like a really like hardened like fucking black kid.
I get like an MS-13.
and your
baby.
first day, you come back, you walk in the rain, you have no shoes, and he took your car.
he robs me. He's like 6'4".
Just go to the podcast. You're like, this kid's really fucking mean.
he took my Nike Cortezes.
He scooped out my titty.
No, but it was. Yeah, you know, it's tough.
Yeah, sounds
Thank
like
you for answering that, though. That was really
Yeah,
important
no,
to me.
I love
Did you
any
get one?
opportunity to.
No, I never got one. I
didn't get
would have
one?
happily lied for you. but-
Oh.
I love any opportunity I can to allow you to have more distractions in your life, and
I'm very good at timing things out.
yeah, motorcycle, adopt a kid. It's great. It's like retarded Big Daddy. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's gonna
Devin was at the gym when he got the questionnaire, and he was filling it out, and he was just sort
That's
of
so sweet. Thank you for doing that.
yeah, he was going like between sets when it wasn't his turn.
Because you are a good. I know you'll have a great time with this kid.
Devin was going like, okay, so now it's asking me, like, have I seen his living situation? He's like, what happens if something goes wrong? Is the blood on my hands? He's like,
yeah.
I'm putting
He
this
was
kid.
having a legitimate moral conflict.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I could fully fill this out.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, you're a good person, but lie.
Well, I did. I just said no, but I made it sound like I was like, I've been friends with him for 13 years. Where like he's the sweetest, greatest guy I've ever met. He'll fucking give you the shirt off his own back, and then they're like, "Have you seen where he lives?" And I'm like, "Not really. No idea where he lives."
Probably
No.
a big man. I don't know.
I think you. I think you might be the first guy ever in this program who's like telling your friends you need this. You know what I mean? Like,
I have like,
there's not a single other Big Brother applicant who's telling his friends to lie.
Yeah.
no, well,
They're all very much in a position to be like, just tell the truth. Yeah.
Community service.
It honestly
for that.
doesn't matter.
Talk
though,
about my
'cause the kids-
BMW. Talk about my mansion.
Why would I take the child, even if
My
I had an
philanthropy.
apartment? Why would I ever have the kid there? That's so weird.
First off,
well,
why
come
do you-
over and watch a movie. That's so fucking weird.
Why do you-
pedophilic or something?
pedophilic? It's creepy.
Well,
Don't come
yeah,
on.
but then what
You're
do
not
you
my baby.
do? Everything.
What?
If you're not the dad of a kid or like the close friends of the parents, it is pedophilic to do fucking anything with them.
So
It
you're
is.
supposed.
The whole concept.
Well, what
insane.
you do is like, well, first of all, like, there's these kids don't have dads, and oftentimes they've been like abused. They grew up in a drug infested area, and they have literally no one that can be like a good influence on them. Their teachers don't give a fuck about them. They fucking their lives probably fucking suck. Imagine going to like school in South Central. It's got to be fucking nightmarish. And like,
Doesn't this draw pedophiles though? This thing where it's like
no, because
pedophiles.
background checks.
But well, I mean, look, you're passing it, so it's not that good of a background.
Right, there we go.
Talking about?
You're like a
I'm not a
homeless-
pedophile.
No, you're not a pedophile, but you
Yeah.
the other guys aren't on record being pedophiles, but they are.
Well, you're supposed to like, you know, you take them to baseball games and shit, and you show them like responsible people. And,
Pedophiles are like, yes,
they're gonna hang out. They're
perfect.
gonna hang out with you guys.
Yeah.
Like I told the guy, I was like, hey, like, you know, I have friends that are artists. Like, I don't think I'm gonna take them to a comedy show because it's very inappropriate. But like, you know, maybe if there's like do you ever do like clean shows or anything?
No.
Yeah. Well, I
No,
saw
and I'll have no part of this.
you don't want to be like, hey,
I just feel like
I'm very
most-
impressed.
Most guys with your
You
like,
make a living doing art and shit. Like, this is cool. Like, you can show them the studio. Like, you can do this one day. You know, as a little baby.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's nice. You know.
Yeah.
I just think most guys with like your profile and stats like in the program, it would be like court ordered. Like it feels like a judge is making
does.
you do this.
You know, it's like I just watched Magnum PI, and like,
Was he a big brother of the show?
no, he coached a little league team, and I was like,
And
dude,
that's why
nobody
you decided to do
nobody
this.
Does this anymore?
Yeah, he was the coolest guy ever. Had his shit together.
Well, if I try to be as close to Magnum PI as possible,
That's,
you know?
that's
yeah,
your
and
new
start with
philosophy.
hanging out with kids. You're on your way.
But Joe, why are you adding this to the equation though? Like you're already okay. You have like
It's 2 times a
You're in
month.
like
Who
a
gives a
writers
shit?
group.
That's fine. I'm a part of a social club.
You really
Which
are.
kicks
you
ass.
live.
Can we go there tonight so you can stop fucking? If once you go there, you'll be like, oh, this kicks ass. I'm never. Yeah, we're going there tonight.
No.
Yeah.
You live. Every time you have any time off
All right,
from
listen.
your job as a bartender at a train station, your days off, you have the same schedule as like a 70-year-old like queer man that like is just trying to fill his lonely
I'm gonna
days.
become a
'Cause
biker.
I could never have kids, but I adopted a little black boy, and now I'm in a riding club.
Okay,
Back in my day, the little queers ride bikes. I'll show them today.
And I love that vibration on my Harley.
When I'm like,
Goes
when
right up my ass.
Bikers.
when I'm like fucking 80 years old and I'm like dying in a bed. Okay, I'm not gonna think back and be like, you know, my 20s. My 20s was kind
You
of.
won't remember anything. You can't even remember this morning.
No, well,
Your
well,
brain
it doesn't
is
matter
rotting.
if I.
You don't remember any of our seminal moments in our life.
Well, it doesn't even matter if I remember it. Remember, it's like what you do to the people around you, and all that's left when you die. It's the connections you've made, and all the people that know you, and trying to make as many connections as possible. I'm not saying there are people out there that rely on me yet, besides like my people, my family, and shit. But like, you know, there are a lot of people who know me and know who I am. And like that's very important to me. That like I've made and right now if I got fucking killed, besides you guys, nobody will remember me in a year.
That's
crazy.
No, it's true.
No, it's not true.
And my family, besides you guys, like you know who I'm talking about. Besides
That
you guys,
goes
my
for
family,
like everybody.
yeah, exactly. But like the goal is, if you pass away, there should be the more people that are like, man, that guy fucking kicked ass. That guy was cool. That guy made a difference.
No, I get
That's
all that.
nice,
But at the end
you
of the
know.
day, you're fucking dead. You can't see it. That's life's biggest.
No, but that's all that
quandary,
matters.
And who gives a shit?
All that matters is you're making a difference.
You should be able to. You should alienate everybody in your life by the time you die, and then no one shows up to your funeral, and you go, "Yeah, who cares anyway? I'm already fucking dead. I can't even see this big parade for me. It's bullshit.
I don't want a big parade. I
Life
just
stinks.
Want,
You should give up on this kid. You should fucking hunker down and make money.
You know.
Volunteering is like the last.
I'm kidding.
Hopeless, like people do. That is the last bastion of a lot of hopeless people. Is they're like, all right, I'm gonna volunteer.
What are you talking about?
That is what.
No,
I'm not, that is what people who are like deeply
Volunteering is a very
depressed-
noble thing when you
No,
have
it is.
free
I know,
time
and
to do.
that's what I'm saying is that people who have like lost all hope. No, like a lot of addicts that I know and stuff like that.
Well, that's like court-ordered shit.
No. Like to feel better, they'll just go like, all right, I'm going to start giving back to the community.
If you're an utter scumbag, yeah. But like,
no, I'm saying it's a nice thing. It's people that are like, they need something.
Well, at least they do that.
No, I'm saying it's good. I'm saying it's a good way to grasp onto like something, to give back, to put yourself outside of like selfish desires.
I was playing
into
help
others.
Yeah. That's true. I was playing into a character there. Truly, the only thing you really have in life is to make an impact on as many people as possible, and hope that people do. That is your human. What is it? Equity, or like growing, growing your human currency is just the amount of people that like remember you fondly.
Yeah, you die alone, but you live amongst men,
or like you and stuff. Yeah.
What was that you said? You die alone.
You die alone, but you live amongst men. And I heard that quote, and I thought it was amazing.
What is this?
I don't get it.
Like a David Ayer quote from like Bright?
Well, dude, it's from Red Dead Redemption, which blew my mind because it's such a great quote. But it's true. It's like you will die alone, but you people who like isolate themselves, it's the most silly thing ever because like all you have is the connections you make in life.
I'm not going to die alone. If I'm in a hospital bed and I'm dying and everyone's around me, I'm going to kill them all with me.
Dude, I'm going to suffocate
pull out a gun from my hospital bed and go, yeah, I'm coming with me.
I hope I'm the last one alive so I can fucking suffocate you with a pillow.
I have this great life. Like, I really helped people. I made an impact. I have a bunch of grandkids. Yeah. But then at the very end, they go, yeah, Grandpa shot 7 people at his hospital.
You mass shooting on your deathbed.
He didn't want to, and then people go, what the fuck, was he insane? They go, he didn't want to die alone. He just didn't want to die alone.
They're gonna, Grandpa, we're gonna miss you so much.
Like this idea that if you...
No, you won't. You have a grenade. No, you're not gonna feel anything.
This idea that if you don't die alone, if people die in the same minute as you, and then you all ascend from your bodies and you just high-fiving each other like, hey, I guess we're all doing this together, huh? This ascension alone would have been really sad.
It's still pretty brutal to die regardless, I think. Even if you're holding your fucking child's hand, it's like you're still dying. You're dying.
I think it's probably beautiful.
I know, but also I think we gotta...
It's a way to look at it, but in reality, it's like I'm in a lot of
horrifying,
pain.
yeah.
I'm suffocating.
Well, I mean,
It's completely terrifying, but the only thing we can go with is the fact we don't remember how we got here.
I like that.
I didn't have a bunch of pain and scared suffering when I got here. I mean, I know my stupid baby brain was crying and shit, but I don't remember any of that. I don't know. No one knows what the fuck happened. It happened.
No.
So why would the exiting be any different?
No, I'm saying the lead up and then it's back to nothingness, but the lead up can be very painful.
Oh, of course,
and gruesome.
Of course. Yeah.
I think the knowing nothing is scarier than...
That's the worst part of this sick game that fucking evil kid named God plays on us. That little sick kid.
I'll kill him.
He's a sicko.
I want to go to heaven so I can kill God.
We're 12-year-old ages.
All right. Anyway, God loves this. We're going to talk about Dan Schneider.
Documentary is shining light on the, quote, dark side of kids' TV. Nickelodeon was home to some of the most popular children's shows in the 90s and early 2000s. Now, 2 of those child stars say some of the sketches they were asked to do were quote, torture for the kids on set. ABC's Eva Pilgrim has that story.
Yeah, those are 2
For children of the 90s and early 2000s, Nickelodeon was home to some of the most popular shows of the era, from the sketch comedy hit All That to The Amanda Show. Amanda. But in the new investigation Discovery docuseries Quiet on the Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV, some of the former child stars behind those shows say they were subjected to inappropriate work environments.
Real quick, did they tap Amanda Bynes for this documentary at all?
No, I don't think so.
She's probably too fucked up.
She's the most fucked up.
She does nails in West Hollywood now.
My brother was in rehab with her.
Oh, that kicks ass. Dude, your brother is literally fucking Bubba Gump.
She works
Forrest Gump.
Bubba Gump.
Yeah.
She works at a nail salon?
She's a nail tech.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was, if you follow her on Instagram, like, it's just, like, nail tech shit now.
Damn, that really means these people, like, have no money.
Well, she's nuts.
Oh, yeah, she's not. I saw her in Target, like, 2 months ago, and it, like, startled me to my core. She was, like, just going through towels, but she was, like, manically pacing around.
Oh, that poor woman.
And she has this giant star tattoo on her cheek, and she has no eyebrows.
She does? She got a fucking Mike Tyson tattoo?
No, but it's done so poorly. It's like a kid drew a heart on her face. It's really fucked up looking. She has no eyebrows, and she looks absolutely insane. It's really upsetting.
God damn it, dude! I'm not kidding. Amanda Bynes was like Lucille Ball, like as a kid. Like,
I know.
She was like insanely
Incredibly
talented.
talented.
Huge.
Yeah.
I was a boy, and I was like, "Oh, girls are icky," and I'm fat, and fuck you. But she was great. I loved Amanda Bynes.
Amanda Show.
I had a huge crush on her.
She's all that.
Yeah.
You know, is she's
Big
all
Fat Liar.
Big Fat Liar.
Big Fat Liar.
Even Easy A, that was late in her career.
Yeah.
That's how long she lasted. Easy A wasn't that long.
That's
ago.
true. That's true.
And she was great in that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, she was in rehab with my brother in North Hollywood.
What did he say about her?
He just would mention she was there. He also got kicked out. I feel like I've told this on the podcast before, but he got kicked out of rehab because he a million things. He was being racist as hell. Everybody, like,
Hell yeah, dude.
He would just say like slurs to people when they pissed him off, and it was really bad. Like he called one of his like roommates like a black retard or something like that. And,
That's
like,
awesome.
He really was like the worst. Like if you're trying to get sober, I couldn't imagine a worse person. He's not in it to win it. He's mad that he's there. He's calling
racist.
He's like calling people beaners. It's the worst possible. People are like, you know, they're white knuckling life. My brother's like, you're fucking fagleberry Fritz fairy fag. Like he's like saying mean things. And the final straw, and I'm not making this up. This is not hyperbolic. My dad got called by the rehab. I feel bad even saying this, but my dad got called by the rehab, and they're like, hey, your son, you got to come pick him up. He's done. And he was like, my dad was like, well, why? And a grown man, the man who ran the rehab, had to tell my dad that him and his roommate got into an argument, and my brother farted into his hand. He cupped a fart and threw it into his roommate's face.
Like a Hadouken.
Literally like a Hadouken. He Kamehameha waved his roommate with a stinky fart. But just imagine first of all, you're in rehab. You shouldn't be fighting with anybody. Like, especially people trying to get sober with you. And you are losing your mind in this argument with this guy who makes no sense. And he just goes and whips it at your face. The guy like tried to kill my brother, and they had to break it up. And
God damn.
He was a big dude.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah.
But it's very funny. It's like I didn't realize what rock bottom Amanda Bynes had hit until I realized that she had seen that.
She was around that.
It's awesome.
She was
She
witnessing
fart
she
pies.
saw that.
Your brother probably gave her the tattoo on her face. It's like stick and poke. Dude, your brother was so funny at the last show. He came up to me and he was like, you seen Goodfellas? I was like, yeah, great movie. He goes, yeah. He goes, Casino.
I'm familiar.
I was like, it's another great movie. He was like, yeah, and then The Departed. he does this like funny laugh after he was saying, he goes, hey, yeah, and then there's The Departed. And he goes, and then he talked about his vape for like 10 minutes
Yeah,
with
he
me.
loves those
I was like,
things.
those are good. I've seen those around.
You know the voltage on this?
He goes, you can see the charge.
You see how much juice is in it? The charge is on there right there. It's like also you switch this like the carp, they make it bigger, and it's like bigger, fatter clouds.
He was so funny at your wedding. I was talking, and like John and I showed up, and
He was like
the
nagging
first one
me at
there.
your fucking wedding.
Oh
He kept
yeah,
calling
dude.
me fat.
He like when that's like his only version. You know, that's the only way he knows how to hang out with guys is by being like a dick.
Gay bashing.
Yeah.
But he there's no like nuance or there's nothing gentle about it. It's just brutally mean.
I just like him. So
Yeah.
like, you're the
John and
funniest
I
guy
talk
ever.
about the most disgusting stuff ever,
Yeah.
just all the time. And so John and I were just talking, and he was standing there, and just somehow we got into John's cock. John has 2 cock holes.
Yeah, I have hypospadia.
Yep.
And so John was like talking about how he has 2 cock holes, and your brother's just listening, vaping, and he's like, yeah, all right. And then we're wrapping up that part of the convo, and he goes, hey, 2 cock holes. He goes, one's got AIDS, one doesn't.
I forgot about that.
That's pretty good. It's
Pretty good.
pretty good for Dylan.
He's an extremely talented artist.
Yeah, I know he's great. No, there's like one blaring moment in my childhood where we're all hanging out, and is like a prime example of my brother like taking the roast too far because he has no comedic timing whatsoever. And my friend had just like broken up with his girlfriend, and she immediately started fucking another guy, and then like they got back together. And we're all just making fun of this one friend for being like an idiot. The way we like make fun of you. Like, you're a dumbass. And my brother goes, dude, what's Doug's cum taste like? How does it feel to have Doug's sloppy fucking seconds? And we're like, oh my God. We were calling him stupid. Jesus Christ. But that's him to a T.
All right.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I derailed it.
No, not at all.
No, I love that.
He was sexually abused.
If we don't get all these people out of here in less than 2 hours, our lives are over.
Drake Bell from the show Drake and Josh revealing for the first time publicly that he is the John Doe victim in the 2003 child sexual abuse case against his dialogue coach, Brian Peck. Bell claims that Peck purposely isolated him from his father, who was
Drake's
also
dad looks
his
fucking
manager.
awesome.
I think Brian got a sense that my dad was on the watch. And so he started to really drive a wedge between my dad and me. He started talking about how my dad's stealing my money. Nobody likes that my dad's on set. He's a real problem. I was believing it because he's been in this business for so long and he must know more than us.
Peck was convicted in 2004, sentenced to 16 months in prison, and is now a registered sex offender. Bell says that abuse put him on a path of self-destruction, including 2 DUIs and a 2021 child endangerment
and a music career
conviction. Nickelodeon saying in a statement, "We are dismayed and saddened to learn of the trauma he has endured, and we commend and support the strength required to come forward."
There's a lot of people who get raped that don't like fucking abuse children though. So like I hate that excuse when they're like, well, I was fucking molested, so I had to like, you know, molest a bunch of kids and shit.
No, I'm thinking, I don't think Drake Bell is a good person.
No, horrible guy.
And I think this is like him trying to like one last ditch effort.
Exactly.
I mean, I think bad things happen to him, but I think that he's hoping that this will be like a comeback story.
What has he done? He like didn't come to Josh's wedding, right?
Yeah, that was the big fallout.
That was it.
I heard he was bad.
That's when the first domino fell.
He was too. Yeah.
No, he was like he was doing like Crystalia shit.
Yeah, he was like jerking off for like 14-year-old girls,
like fucking young teens and stuff like that.
I heard that story was he found out her age and then they'd never texted again.
There's a million stories.
There's a million like
yeah,
that?
it's a Dalia thing.
Well, he was raped.
By the way, do you know he's like insanely?
It's a circle. It's just.
And I go right. We do that for an hour.
Yeah,
and a half.
I go like John never said anything. I go, well, he was raped.
Yeah. No, but he was like, you know, like he was doing like Crystalia stuff.
He was allowed to.
You're right.
It's a blank check for rape.
But there were so many women.
Yeah,
blank check
for rape. If you get molested,
you keep going, but he was raped.
But he was raped.
Oh yeah.
And then you go, there's so many, and I go,
but there was a lot of women.
Right, but he was raped by.
I forgot
Brian
about that.
So it's fine.
But they were like 14, 15 years old.
Didn't he have to go have a music career in Mexico?
He's so famous in Mexico.
Yeah, he's a
That's
huge
what I was just
star
gonna
in
say.
Mexico,
He's
right?
insanely. He plays like arenas in Mexico.
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah.
And he speaks fluent Spanish. Yeah, no, he's huge in Mexico.
He speaks fluent Spanish. Yeah,
Is he
I think we
Mexican?
did a whole episode
No,
on
he's
it.
not Mexican at all. And he literally
What a king.
like he writes songs in Spanish. He speaks all just fan Spanish.
Yeah.
He's like
Crazy.
he's like Elvis in Mexico.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Oh god.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like him in like Peso Pluma.
Mi amor niño, mi amor
That's his number one hit.
Mi amor niños.
Me gusta kid pussy.
Your mother is puta madre. Or that's Madre's mom too, right?
Yeah.
I've kind of purposely not learned any Spanish, which is crazy being born in LA.
It's embarrassing how little Spanish I know.
Because the schools they really wanted me to, and I go, you know what? Go fuck yourself.
Absolutely.
They acted like I would never have a job if I didn't learn it.
Yeah.
And now look at me now.
I really have no
Look
excuse.
at me now.
I should really.
Maricon retardos.
That's my favorite thing is this retardo.
But yeah, anyway.
That's a horrible fucking sweater.
To know that there was a monster among us.
Giovanni Samuels and Brian
I
Hearn
love this kid. He was in fucking Hardball. He kicks ass. And this girl was great, too.
starred in All That in 2001.
Who's he in
and say
Hardball?
Peck worked
He's the kid in Hardball with the headband.
The pitcher?
He's like Glock 9mm. He's like the funny one in Hardball.
Oh, yeah,
He's like
yeah.
he's the clown.
Yeah.
closely with the child actors.
When you
I remember all
saw
these people. These were
who
like this
the
was my
victim
SNL. All
it
that.
broke my heart.
Same.
I cried.
We weren't close with Drake, but we were around him. He was a legend.
You know what's funny is that soon they will just be talking about the actual Drake. In like 15 years, there will just be like
he's due.
Yeah, it'll be like Aubrey Marcus.
There will be like a surviving Drake documentary.
Why did I say Aubrey Martin?
big
Is
ass
his last
dick.
name Martin? No.
His name's
That's
Aubrey.
the audit guy.
Aubrey Graham.
Aubrey. I'm talking about the. I'm thinking of a Joe Rogan shyster.
And so to find out that he was being harmed,
brutally harmed
in a terrible way, it infuriated me.
He goes, I heard he ordered fish from a diner on Postmates.
And I auto-delivered it to him.
And Samuel's also speaking about former writer and executive producer Dan
They made
Schneider,
scrapbooks.
who Nickelodeon parted ways with in 2018.
He goes, oh,
after
thank you for this
complaints
award. I'm
he
going to shove it
created
right
a
up my
hostile
ass.
work environment.
What is it like working
Do you anything
for
thicker than this?
Dan?
She goes, first of all, I love Dan.
Black children on a Nickelodeon.
What if the show doesn't get the answers that they want when they talk about Dan? They're like, Dan was wild. Dan was just crazy and shit.
He a real one though.
He a real one though.
He put us on.
He never touched me. He put us on. We put us on. We got that bag.
We up.
set where
We were overlooked.
The actors were calling sketches written
look
by
at
Schneider's
Schneider.
team
That's such a
like
pedophile.
on-air dare.
We're literally like,
crazy.
I've done this joke a million times, but if I was the judge and he was in court, and I would be like, just jury, you can go home, life. We're out of here.
He failed the eye test.
You are a
Lock him
disgusting
up.
The
fat
pat down.
pig.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fact that anyone even accused you of this, it's true. I don't care if it was one person. It's true. You're done.
Also, I love that they're being interviewed because they're also just admitting that he's racist also.
Yeah, they're like, and we
That
weren't in
kicks
any
ass.
They're
sketches.
like, we weren't in sketches. He wouldn't molest us.
Yeah.
We're black. So, real bad guy.
Yeah, yeah. He had a racist pedophile cock.
Were torture moments for all of us.
Hearn's dare had
Oh
him
my
covered
God.
in peanut butter.
The whole
and
show
then
was just
whipped
kids
by
putting
dogs.
like goo
What
on
the
it.
on air
hell?
dare, I was saying, I don't like this. And to see that,
Peanut butter was invented by a
Voice it.
black
and to
man.
have voiced
No, it
it,
wasn't.
What?
And to be ignored because, oh, it's funny.
yeah. Is it?
That is crazy.
Who was it funny for?
Right.
Wasn't for me.
Hearn.
That's so creepy.
Okay, hold on. Let me come on. Let me come in with some fucking truth here. It was fucking hilarious to me when I was a fucking kid.
I
We
loved
all
it.
liked it. I
Yeah.
didn't know any better. I wasn't like, I bet there's a fat pedophile running, pulling the strings behind. I was just like, ha 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 ha! These charismatic kids doing
Yeah.
things I want to do. I want to fucking act. I have charisma. I'll suck a dick.
And Samuel say they hope the series sparks an important conversation about the treatment of child actors.
Your childhood is going to be
I love
over.
whenever they do these news shows and they go, so I asked them questions as we wandered through Skid Row. Like, they're always in the worst neighborhood as they walk around.
tainted after watching it.
She goes, see these
But
people?
I hope that
They were on Nickelodeon. Feel grateful yet?
Yeah.
Now, about the hostile workplace allegations, Nickelodeon tells ABC News while it cannot corroborate or negate allegations
Holy
of behavior
shit.
from productions decades ago, it investigates complaints as part of our commitment to fostering a safe and professional.
What does
Shut
Nickelodeon
up.
even do anymore?
Let's talk about it for real quick, because I have kind of a funny story about Nickelodeon. I once hung out with I was hanging out with the great Jack Knight, rest in peace, and we wound up at,
I love this story.
at a the current, where this was like 2018, 2019. At that time, the current head of Nickelodeon's place, like the president of Nickelodeon or whatever, who looks like Dan Schneider, is a woman,
Yeah,
though.
nice.
It's just a lesbian fat woman that looks like John Goodman in like The Big Lebowski.
Dana Schneider.
It was It was Dana Schneider.
Yeah.
And we're at this like big fucking kind of like, it was a big mansion, but it was one of those like sad mansions where like they didn't know what to do with like most rooms. So,
Yeah.
it was just whatever. There was lesbian shit all over it, and then just a big pool and a bunch of people hanging out. I don't know why we were there, and we're standing by the pool talking, Jack and I, and then the head of it, this lesbian lady, kept like kind of wanting attention, like thinking she could like wield some power, like anyone gave a fuck about Nickelodeon or whatever that meant. And she started like, she kept like saying things over to us while we were like all talking, like right, we get it, okay, haha. And then she started doing cannonballs into the pool.
Oh, no.
Like a fucking clown.
Big fat son.
Huge cannonballs. And, like, we were getting, like, sprayed. And Jack started getting, like, annoyed. And we're all drinking. And I saw this look in Jack's eye where I was like, oh, I could always tell, like, when he was like, I'm going to start going off on
He got splashed.
on the people. He got splashed.
like, a little bit splashed.
Yeah,
He got slimed.
He got slimed. And so I was like, "Oh, do I have the go ahead?" Because I was kind of like his. I was kind of his attack dog. It was kind of like he was Brad Pitt, and he would go, and I would like just jump. And I just started like making jokes about like, where even are we? What even is this? Are you really the Nickelodeon person? Or are we in some weird fever dream? Like, what the fuck's going on?
Truly the most disrespectful man of all time.
Truly crazy.
So you're invited to a party, and you're like, "Who even are you?"
Well, I was being charming.
Yeah.
I had a layer of charm. But then Jack started like making fun of like even like his friends that I don't even really remember who were there, but like just saying like, man, isn't it crazier? Like the longer you do this, the more unfunny you become. Like his friends were all talking about shows they're working on. We were having a good time. We were really being like, we were kind of separating ourselves and being mean. And then the lady kept doing cannonballs, and then Jack and I just started doing this whole rant about how I started like loudly saying like is Amanda Bynes in this home? Like is she in the basement? Is Amanda Bynes in the basement? And we weren't escorted out or anything, but it was made apparent the party was now over and we left. But it was very funny to be. I was like, I witnessed the new Dan Schneider, who's not doing anything wrong. I don't know who this lady is.
We don't know.
We don't know that.
She might be.
Yeah.
God knows.
She probably's up to no good.
God knows, you know. But yeah, it was just a funny time. It was like. And now to see all the Amanda Bynes stuff really come out and this documentary come out, because at that time people were kind of like, yeah, that's all. She just lost her mind. Like these are just, there's no real founded evidence of any of this stuff, and it all is like
that was the CEO at the time of Nickelodeon, right? Or like some head big exec.
It was the new person in charge of all programming.
So she is fully aware of the background
100%.
on Bynes.
And when we said
yeah, she heard that.
She probably knew things nobody knew.
When we said that shit, everyone got really tight. Everyone got really tight.
Them.
Yeah, it was interesting.
It's because they are all complicit.
It was interesting.
They all know.
We
had a hand in what happened to Bynes.
Hey, alright, you've spent enough of your life being a sweaty mess. Switch to Sheath Underwear and say goodbye to damp boxer shorts that cling to your legs. Sheath Underwear is unlike anything else. It comes with 2 pouches. Put your dick in one pouch and your balls in the other. I mean, who doesn't want to do that? It keeps everything separated so things don't get stuck together and turn into a mess. I have Sheath. It's the best underwear I've ever owned. Incredible stuff. Lightweight, versatile, beautiful. With an added bonus of making your package look awesome, you truly can't go wrong. You can even build your own underwear bundle on their website to make sure you have a pair for every day of the week. Go to sheathunderwear.com and use code HATEWATCH to get 20% off your first order. Plus, Sheath Underwear is 100% a money-back guarantee. That's sheathunderwear.com, promo code HATEWATCH. Get Sheath Underwear. Support the show. Support your balls. Back to the show.
Yeah.
Her eyebrows are essentially
they have them framed in the fucking living room.
Yeah.
Have you heard the theory that Valerie put me onto this? And there's no truth in it at all, but there's a whole theory with child actors. And this is complete made-up bullshit. But I do like the idea of it. Is they've all been microchipped in their brains from an early age, but they need like every 7 years they need maintenance on the microchip. And if they evade anyone like Hollywood, you know, like capture
the microchip
police malfunctions, and that's why they lose their fucking minds. And
I love that.
Valerie showed me this whole chart.
I'm into it.
That made me laugh so hard because it was always 7 years. This like the way the person made this chart was like every 7 years.
That's a great movie.
It's like
that's a wonderful movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like Famous Chet Jackson, you haven't done what we wanted you to do. Activated.
The kid who played Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
If he doesn't do it, he was a police chase.
It's like the microchip in like Mission Impossible 3.
Oh, yeah. I placed the charge in your head.
I believe that now.
Yeah.
I kind of am into it.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
It's the 7-year itch.
Yeah.
Supporting it now.
Yeah, I remember being like, that's bullshit, but I love the idea of this being real, possibly.
I mean, I'll believe anything.
Yeah.
Sure.
At this point.
Yeah.
I'll literally believe anything at this point.
Yeah.
You believe John's a good big brother to an
exactly.
orphan.
I'm pretending he's going to be great at this. And, you know, I remember when people used to look at me crazy for mentioning the name Jeffrey Epstein. They act like the guy had never even. They'd be like, "That guy does. What are you talking about? It's like a fake guy."
Can we talk about the fucking?
Huh?
Our like year-long. Can we even mention this on YouTube? Our year-long stint.
Pizzagate?
Yeah. Can we say Pizzagate?
We had all the files. We had all the accounts.
I was coming over here.
We had all the art. We had all the art. John and I were on it. Oh my
god.
We were totally on it. Everyone acted like we were complete maniacs.
You were on it way before I even knew what it was.
I know.
Dude, we would come here and watch Pizzagate shit for like hours. It kicked so.
And then they deleted all the YouTube accounts of all these people that were making.
I think we'll get flagged.
And they weren't crazy people. They were just like people like this is weird. This is weird. And these women worked. One of these women worked. Had like a master's degree from
the woman in Argentina. Yeah, the woman who really broke a lot of. I forget her name. I forget her name. She's wonderful.
Deleted all the accounts. Couldn't find anything. And then a couple years later, it's just like a joke. Like Epstein didn't kill him. So ha ha ha. We all know that the government's run by satanic pedophiles.
She took a machine gun into a Pizza Hut, and then suddenly it's a big joke.
You know, Ghislaine Maxwell, Ghislaine, what the fuck do you say? She's running a marathon. They allow her. She's at a prison where they allow them to run marathons and shit.
And it
what
outside?
Yeah,
of the jail?
Yeah, she's not like a camp, dude.
It's insane. Is it like a marathon inside the camp?
I hope it's like in the shoe.
Right,
like she has to run it, and there's like an Aryan
like
Brotherhood guy like doing like fucking like squats with a guy on his shoulders. Like yeah. But yeah, no, me and Devin were heavy into Pizzagate, which we'll probably have to edit that out.
They should have a marathon.
I think it's okay now because it's a mainstream thing now. That's why it's so annoying.
Dude, we live in a fucking.
That's why it's so annoying.
Horrible.
It's like, dude, I was into the Kings of Leon before you were. You know, that's what.
Devin is a big Kings of Leon guy.
You're like a hipster when it comes to pedophilia.
Yeah, I knew. I liked fucking. I was listening to Tranny. Well, you fucks are all getting on to Sex on Fire.
There we go.
All right.
It wasn't dealing with anybody on the shows or anything, right?
It was a child actor.
On one of our shows.
Who's this?
Yes.
Some guy that worked for Nickelodeon. He's finding out like something horrible.
He's pretending.
Worst acting of all time.
He goes, who? He immediately gets on his phone. He starts booking flights.
Oh, is Drake confront him, dude?
Yeah, is that the Peck guy?
That's Drake.
No, the bald guy wasn't Peck.
No, the bald guy's not Peck. Peck is.
The bald guy was a producer or something on the show. He worked on the show. He was he held the camera or something. I can't remember.
No, Brian Peck's getting raped by neo-Nazis right now.
Good. John's balls deep.
Drake Bell speaks out about the sexual abuse he suffered at the age of 15. The former Nickelodeon star appears in the new documentary Quiet on Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV, which investigates the experiences of former child stars who worked on Nickelodeon shows produced by Dan Schneider. According to Today.com, Drake tells his story for the first time publicly.
Do you think things are getting so bad for Schneider that he's telling people, they go, "Are you Dan Schneider?" He goes, "No, I'm Jared Fogle."
I put the weight back on.
Reportedly revealing he was the unnamed minor in the 2004 sexual assault conviction of acting coach Brian.
Any guy making this face like it's wacky and funny, they just fucking shoot him in the head. You know, honestly, even if they're not a pedophile, I just hate that. I hate thinking that's funny. Fuck
Heck, the former child star reportedly says in the film that the coach abused him over the course of months at his home, allegedly turning Drake against his father, who had become suspicious of Peck, and ultimately his mother and stepfather.
What the fuck is that?
According to Today,
it's a ball pit, John.
Separation from his family
surrounded by oranges.
Often spent the night at Peck's home. The Drake and Josh alum reportedly says that one morning, quote, "I woke up and he was sexually assaulting me, and I froze and was in complete shock and had no idea what to do or how to react." He says he later revealed the abuse to his mother, who called police. According to court records viewed by E! News, the acting coach, now 63, was convicted of...
Oh yeah, they had a big pickle thing.
Yeah, what's up with the pickles?
Remember that? They had a bunch of like...
Shove these pickles into Drake's ass.
Slimy. They had a bunch of slimy pickles. Like it was either cum or dick-shaped objects.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Charges that included lewd act upon a child 14 or 15 by a person 10 years or older. And
I mean, even that, the mallet, it's dick-shaped. I mean, it's all adding up here.
This long hallway. That's a gaping asshole.
That's a cock-shaped hallway.
The hallway looks like it could go up somebody's ass.
Population of a person.
The bars on the prison cells, those could go right up your ass.
16. He served over a year in prison and was made to register as a sex offender. E! News has reached out to Brian Peck, Dan Schneider, and Nickelodeon for comment, but has not yet heard back. In a statement to
So wait,
NBC
they're both
News
free? They're both not in jail?
Yeah, they're fucking.
Schneider never went to jail.
Schneider
right?
never went to jail because there's nothing really. They don't really have much on him besides like horrible workplace shit and just kind of like making the kids do weird things in sketches.
Yeah.
Peck has stuff on him.
Yeah.
He went to jail though for like 16 months or
18
whatever.
months, and he's a sexual. He has to sign up as a sexual.
Schneider walked out like Fat Kaiser Sose. He like literally was going down the street with a limp.
Nickelodeon spokesperson says, quote, now that Drake Bell has disclosed his identity as
He was great in Breaking Bad, regardless.
Case, we are dismissed.
Go back to the last frame.
By the way, I'm like 30
Walt
seconds
Jr.
late.
He does look like Walt Jr.
This joke's late, but Kaiser roll Sose.
Very good.
2004 case, we are dismayed and saddened to learn of the trauma he has endured, and we commend and support the strength required to come forward. As far as the workplace allegations against Dan Schneider addressed in the documentary, a spokesperson for the 58-year-old previously told E! News he understood what they were going through and he was their biggest champion. The fact is, many of the kids on these shows are put in the untenable position of becoming the breadwinner for their family, and the pressure that comes along with that. It continued in part that is why there are many levels of standards executive
He's got like a dog, he's got like a bulldog face or something.
Look at his hair, dude.
Dude, it's crazy.
He's like, I straightened my hair. This awful fucking bowl cut.
He's like, I look just like Drake, right? Tell me I look like Drake. He's so hot.
All the time, on every set, every day. However, it is still a hard place to be a kid, and nobody knew that better than Dan.
All right. So now, I think we can watch this because it's like an independent... Well, this is...
Are you going to bring up the classified guys?
I can, but hold on. Brian Peck did a big interview with some... I think this is like a crazy guy on Twitter. Like, I think this is like a black guy that like hates black people or something. But
he's like a hotep.
List of topics that I'd like to discuss.
Hoteps love black people.
Is there anything?
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, but they hate like other.
Absolutely. Watching over the past 2 nights was very difficult. Me facing my past behaviors. Yeah.
Who does he look
are
like?
embarrassing
Brian Cox.
and that I regret.
He looks like
and I definitely
Brian
Cox.
Dodge, duck,
the old guy.
dive, and
I
slime.
never watched the session, dude.
But you know who I'm
He
talking
looks kind
about.
of like Dodgeball.
Yeah. He looks like
he looks like Rip Torn.
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge some slime.
Rip Torn's closer than Brian.
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge my cock.
I like children because they're clean and sterile.
Shut up, pussy.
If your ass can dodge my cock, then you can act in this sketch.
Pretty strong apology. Let's talk about the massages. Okay. Watching the content yesterday.
Why would he choose to do this interview?
It was wrong. It was wrong that I ever
He would
put
have his
anybody in
like
that
fat.
position.
He would have his fat like female writers. Like he would want them to give him massages and stuff.
That's cool.
It was the wrong thing to do.
Fat
I
chicks,
did
they
it
have
today.
stronger hands.
I did it then.
It is true.
I apologize to anybody that I ever put in that situation. And even
He
additionally...
goes, listen, I'm not a pedophile. That's why I'm wearing this weird purple vest over a teal shirt. And I have this great facial hair. He looks like such shit. These guys.
He's like, do I look like I have anything to hide?
He goes, come on. He goes, would a bad guy have the exact Richard Kuklinski goatee?
He goes, would a pedophile have... I mean, look at me. I look kick-ass.
I apologize to the people who were walking around Video Village or wherever they happened, because there were lots of people there who witnessed it who also may have felt uncomfortable.
He looks like Saddam Hussein got queer-eyed.
Holy fuck.
Dan, talk to me about the writers. From what I saw, Not cool. No. And I don't mean to cut you off, but if I can.
Oh my God, honey! Enough of your WMDs. Just get out there and date.
And that photo of Jonathan, of that Marine holding Saddam Hussein up with his bloody nose, was Jonathan Hess.
Yeah, if I could, that other guy, Anthony, is like trying to teach him how to like saute goat.
They're trying to clean up the fucking hole he was underneath that farm in.
Bobby's like, we totally redid your cave. Karamo's like, so I heard you have some trauma in your life.
I heard you hate Kurds.
I've heard you caused some trauma in your life.
This is too much gold, honey.
Let me just say, no writer should ever feel uncomfortable in any writer's room, ever, period, the end, no excuses. Most TV writers, comedy writers,
I think he's a gay guy and trying to become straight.
Are aware that a lot of times there are inappropriate jokes made and inappropriate topics.
Do you see this though? Like he's like, I'll get the goatee.
Especially when I was leading the room. It embarrasses me. I shouldn't have done it.
But pedophile's a different thing.
No, pedophiles are gay.
I can tell you,
if you're fucking little boys,
really bad.
That is gay.
Yeah. I remember very clearly my early experiences, my first experiences in the entertainment business. I was green. I was scared. I was excited. It meant the world to me that I was getting those opportunities. And I went in, and I got lucky because they were great. My first couple of experiences were fantastic. And the fact that I didn't pay that forward to every employee that walked through my door, it hurts my heart because I should have, and I wish I could go back and fix that. In the writers' room,
guys,
there's no.
I think he's an angel.
I don't really. The jury's still out
He's
on
innocent.
Schneider. The jury's still out on Schneider.
Sometimes those jokes went beyond the pale, and I said things that went too far or made practical jokes.
That is the thing. So far, I've watched 2 episodes of this doc, and it's like it's all great. Obviously, he was putting in his weird, sick ideas into like having kids do shit, and he's a creep, and whatever. He hasn't done anything yet in the doc. Has he done anything yet?
Isn't this Peck?
Well, no, that was Peck. I thought that was Peck the entire time.
You gotta keep up. Peck is in jail right now.
He's not.
Peck is.
No, Peck's out.
He's out. Whatever.
Isn't that Peck?
No, that's Schneider.
Oh, my bad. He lost a bunch of weight.
He lost a lot of weight.
Danny Boy Schneider.
All right.
My main man, D-Man. This is the D-Man.
My bad.
Dude, this is the Schneidster, dude. Come on, keep up,
I apologize.
I thought the same thing, honestly.
Went too far. And
no, this
that was
is
wrong.
D-Schneid.
That was because I was an inexperienced producer. I was immature. Wouldn't happen today, but I'm just really sorry it happened.
Yeah, I'm really sorry because I'm really sorry. Black
now we know
Dynamite.
you've had a lot of success over 2 decades. Thousands of people.
He goes,
have
can I
worked
just say
with
real
you
quick,
for
it's an honor to meet you, 2 Chainz.
Busta Rhymes, you haven't aged 1 year.
Speak directly to the people who did not have a good experience with you.
Okay, I would like to speak
people you
to those
fucked in the
people
ass.
because I hate that anybody worked for me and didn't have a good time. You know me. You've been on my sets. Look, I've had some employees that have worked for me for 10 years, some more than 20 years, who would work with me again, but not everybody. There's still a significant number that didn't have a great time working for me, so my batting average isn't nearly high enough in that area. And the way they wouldn't get the best of me is that I would let the pressure of doing 40 or even more episodes per year, I would let that pressure get to me, which a good boss should never, ever do.
Was there specific things that you were doing?
Sure. I would snap at people sometimes. I would be snarky when I could have given them a nicer answer.
For example, I would stage a sketch where Ariana Grande jacked off a potato.
I once asked Kenan Thompson what that bussy do. These are things that I regret. These are things I regret.
Yeah.
I have some regrets. I remember one time me and Kel Mitchell poured orange soda all over each other and, we jacked each other off. But, there's a few things I regret, but I'm pretty sure Kel was almost 18 at the time.
He goes, people don't know this, but in the Kenan sketch where he plays the Frenchman in the bathtub, he had no bottoms on. So he was butt naked in the tub.
It made me... There were so many times.
He goes, do I look like a pedophile? He goes, come on. He goes, come on, Mr. Jamal. He doesn't even know his name. He goes, Mr. Jamal. He goes, would a pedophile have on these dope Air Maxes? Look at my dope kicks.
Spread the MXs then.
For the love of God.
He goes, all right, man, cut this shit. Offer me the red pill, the blue pill right now. Let me escape this matrix, please.
Where is that goddamn mirror that sucks me in?
I wanted to pick up the phone and call some of those people and say, I'm so sorry, and let's talk about it. And I wish you'd had a better time, and I wish I could have shown you a better experience.
Yeah. Now,
yeah,
you've written hundreds of episodes. Thousands of jokes have been told.
Yeah.
But currently, where we are,
thousands
some
of
people
jokes.
think that some of
This
those
guy goes,
jokes
iCarly was
are
straight comedy, bro.
inappropriate for children. What do you think of that?
All these jokes that you're speaking of.
This is what you're going to say one day, Devan.
Listen, all these jokes that you're speaking of were Trojan horses for me being a pedophile. I was hiding inside of a big horse, and I wanted to fuck kids, but I couldn't. So I had the horse come in for me, and then I jumped out. And Ariana Grande ran. Selena Gomez ran. They all ran.
What
Selena Gomez on Nickelodeon?
Disney Channel.
No. Who?
What
Wizards of Waverly Place? That was her.
That's Disney, yeah.
Okay.
What if he tries to get him to break and he's just like, look, man, I like pussy. You fuck with pussy? And he's like, hell yeah, brother, I fuck with pussy. And the interview just ends. Shit, I didn't think about it like that, brother.
He goes, listen, I am Ruby Rose's #1 donator on OnlyFans.
That the show covered over the past 2 nights. Every one of those jokes was written for a kid audience because kids thought they were funny and only funny. Okay? Now we have some adults looking back at them 20 years later through their lens, and they're looking at them and they're saying, oh, yeah, I don't think that's appropriate.
They're saying this looks like Bukkake stuff.
I have no problem with that. If that's how anyone feels, let's cut those jokes out of the show. Just like I would have done 20 years ago.
When a
25
newscaster
years
is getting
ago.
fucked by
Cut it.
16
I want
different
my shows to
men.
be popular. I want everyone to like. The more people who like the shows, the happier I am.
Yeah.
So if there's anything in a show that needs to be cut because it's upsetting somebody,
I would have happily worked for
I think
Schneider.
it's big for you to say
I know you
your
would.
work. If it's viewed as that today,
I would love to have worked
you don't have
under
a problem.
Schneider.
I don't really.
Cut it.
Still, the jury's still out on D.
Yeah.
On D. Schneider.
He earned your trust and you like him. So you're biased.
I just don't quite understand. You know, listen, he was running a. He was, you know, who knows how hard it is to run something like that.
A lot of stress.
You titty fucked him.
You go, I can't think of anything. I don't know. Fucking have Amanda Bynes get a cum shot.
Open a bottle of champagne with get in and go.
I don't even know what to do here. If I have Kel come on Amanda's face. It's a slow day in the writer's room.
He is. You don't understand. You don't get it, man. Sometimes these kids are sleepy. You gotta give them cocaine.
Got it. Was there drugs? Were they saying?
I mean, all these kids were getting fucked up. I don't think they were
drugs.
supplying the drugs. I don't think Dan Schneider was like. I mean, he probably was, but like, no, all those guys, like, even Josh Peck was like, he's completely sober because he was getting fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, and all, you know, it's like they were like all like 16 going to clubs and.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a solution.
The last thing I want to ever do is put any content in a show.
Last thing I ever want to do is fuck a adult woman.
He goes, the last.
I see adult women pussy. I go, yuck.
The last thing I ever want to do is put anybody in a sketch that's not a child. The last thing I want to do is have any kid not have something explode in their face in one of my sketches. I don't know what it is. It's just so funny watching things explode.
I start laughing and then I realize the gravity of these poor children.
That's
and I'm
horrible.
like, holy shit.
Well, I mean, Josh Peck had a great live, you know.
Did he?
The whackness.
Yeah,
Come
fuck
on.
yeah,
Ringing bells.
Sir Ben Kingsley's greatest role, the whackness.
Fucking Mean Creek.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Josh Peck's been okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think he had like a tough time off the heels of Nickelodeon. But, you know, he was an Oppenheimer.
Ariana Grande is some
fuck
great
off,
stuff.
he was.
Yeah, he was an Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Ariana Grande, she's big.
Oh, yeah. That was Disney, though, right? No, that was Nickelodeon.
She was on Nickelodeon, too.
Yeah.
He didn't do all bad.
Remember that scene in The Whackness where he comes in his pants immediately?
Yeah.
Do you think he was like, Schneider would be so proud of this?
The Whackness is a fucking weird movie.
It's the weirdest movie.
I kind of love it, though.
I kind of love it, too. Just some, like, nerdy, fat Jewish kid who loves tagging, who can't stop jacking off.
The Ben Kingsley character?
He's this therapist, but is, like, breaking all rules of what being a therapist is.
Smoking weed.
He's hanging out with him.
Asking him about how he's getting pussy.
Yeah, he's, like, telling his other clients that he has a chronic masturbator.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I was like, "That's New York."
Me too.
New York people are crazy.
Yeah. Method Man's in it too, right?
Method Man.
He has the ice cream cart.
Yeah.
I
love.
You gotta rewatch the
I love
the
the
Whackness.
Whackness.
Yeah.
Love the Whackness.
And make them want to turn off the TV. Why would I ever want to do that?
That makes sense. I want to give you an opportunity to kind of elaborate on something.
Okay.
The thought process from the series is you had the power to just write a joke.
This guy's really deviating.
No matter what, it's going on TV.
Yeah, now he's talking
very
about
quickly.
Like,
He's like, "What's your process?"
How they made the show.
It's great. He was like the massages, and he was like, "Yeah, whatever." And then he just goes on to, "What's your fucking creative process?"
There were many, many levels of scrutiny.
This is insane.
We had executives in LA. We had executives in New York.
So 2 coasts.
2 coasts.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and by the way, approval at every stage, really. Okay. And I'm talking about wardrobe. I'm talking about makeup, sound, sets, dialogue, jokes, everything.
We have producers in New York, producers in LA. He goes, "That's 2 different cities?"
Right. No, not my colleague. No, these are my bosses. Bosses, and then their bosses, and then their bosses. And they're approving all of this stuff. Okay? And we're also shooting it.
He goes, "The bosses approved the child cum shots." He's just flailing. He's like, they had to go through a bunch of different levels to get approved, okay? So I'm not the only one responsible for all these kids getting slimed in the fucking face, okay?
Take them to jail.
Take them to fucking jail, all right? Jesus Christ.
Dude, how great would it be like Equalizer or like John Wick?
Yeah.
Spin-off, or it's all through Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
It's just like a John Wick character who like sees these kids.
He's the beekeeper.
Yeah. He's the beekeeper. He's the beekeeper.
He's the keeper of children.
Yeah. And just a scene where Jason Statham blows James.
He's got to protect the hive.
Yeah.
Got to protect the slime.
Yeah.
I want to see the famous Chet Jackson, but it's like a Crow remake. Rick comes back to life to get revenge on all the molested kids.
Ooh. Yeah.
But he uses karate and all those fucking action moves. He's like Jason Bourne, but he's hunting.
I want to see a Chucky movie where Chucky was given to a kid that was like molested by Michael Jackson, and then Chucky comes back alive and then kills Michael Jackson.
Well, Chucky doesn't.
The weakest pitch so far, but
that's actually really good. That's a really good one, right? So say Chucky's the evil doll.
I think we know who'd be given.
He doesn't help people.
He becomes good.
I think we know in the writers' room. In the writers' room, I think we know who'd be giving Schneider the massages.
That'd be sick, though.
Bad riff.
You cocksucker.
We've all had our string of bombs today.
Adults and caregivers and the set teacher and the families, everybody's watching it. And if anybody had said anything, "Hey, we don't like that. That's not appropriate," then it would have been cut out.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna push back a little bit because the series painted you in this way.
This is insane.
You were just the guy that was doing what he wanted, and people were afraid to confront you about things. So just humor me. Say that was the case. What would have been the ultimate way to...
Imagine if the Nuremberg trials were like
if
this.
Nobody on the set...
Like, you just had a job to do.
Right.
Dozens and dozens of adults that were on the set. If they didn't say anything, if my bosses said, if they insisted, you got to make a change here, you got to cut that, I had to do it. I had no choice.
Got it. Now,
this is bullshit.
It kind of hit.
That was it.
This is so
being
stupid.
A father, I wouldn't be opposed to my child being in the entertainment industry.
Of course you would.
I feel like Dan did his research on this guy. It was like worst interviewer of all time.
Dan
walked
paid
all
this
over this
guy.
motherfucker.
Well, look, this guy has worked. He opened by saying, Dan said, like,
I think that
you've been on
some
sets
of
with
the
me.
on-air
You know I'm a good
Yeah,
guy.
he's worked
So
with
he's
him.
worked
I think
for
they pushed the
Dan.
envelope too far. Not all of them, not most of them, but some did. Nickelodeon wanted to do their version of Fear Factor. At the time we were shooting all that, so I was tasked with doing these on-air dares with the All That cast.
With the peanut butter
So we
kid.
get with the writers and we come up with all these ideas, and it's hard to do because we don't have the budget
Nickelodeon
of
wanted to
Fear
do their
Factor.
version of Fear Factor. Okay, so instead of bull testicles. The kids are gonna eat castrated human testicles.
It's Dan Schneider's testicles.
Dan Schneider's nuts.
Can't put the kids in dangerous situations like the adults are put in. So it was hard to come up with stuff. But we would come up with all these ideas of dares they could do.
We go, what if the kid is in a room alone with me?
Like, what if I...
On Fear Factor.
8 hours.
8 hours alone with me.
Here's a dare. What if I dare Zach and Cody?
We're in the Caribbean.
He goes, what if I dare Zach to eat my ass while Cody sucks my dick?
And if they don't, their career is over. That's the risk.
Were Zach and Cody were the
Disney Channel.
Disney Channel, right? Yeah, I keep getting them mixed up.
I'm running out of references. I
actually don't remember that many Nickelodeon
and I'm like, I can't
guys.
think Kel again.
Kenan and Kel, all that, iCarly, Drake and Josh.
What was Famous Jake Jackson? Was that Disney too?
What if Dan
Cat
Schneider?
Dog.
What if Dan Schneider's like, listen, the only people I raped were cat dogs.
And that's only one. That counts as one.
They count as one. I don't care. They have 2 heads.
They only have one ass.
They have 1 ass.
He goes, but they.
Cat Dog. He goes, Judge, 2 counts. Cat Dog has 1 ass.
I fucked Rocco.
Give them to the network, and they would say, tell us the ones that were okay. Right. Those are the ones we shot. Those are the
He
ones
raped Jimmy Neutron.
Him and Johnny Bravo spit roasted.
When I was watching the show over the past 2 months, I now know that there were kids who did have problems with their there. And it
That's still Disney, though, I think.
Johnny Bravo's like, you're a little young,
Johnny Bravo is Cartoon Network.
Who gives a shit?
Cartoon Network. God, I forgot about them all. Fuck.
I'm nailing these.
What
dude.
was
I'm an
Nickelodeon? Was
encyclopedia.
Nickelodeon Hey Arnold?
Hey Arnold, Jimmy Neutron, Fairly Odd Parents,
What's the live
Angry
action?
Beavers.
So Dan Schneider thinks he's talking. Dan
fucks the Angry Beavers.
the Angry Beavers.
All Real Monsters. I mean, live action though. I don't. At this
Gargoyles?
point.
Angry Beavers
Gargoyles
is based on
might have
Amanda
been
Bynes'
Nickelodeon.
Dan Schneider thinks he's talking to Eugene from Hey Arnold.
Because I love what you did with your hair.
Dare or anything that they didn't want to do or weren't comfortable doing. We went out of our way to make sure they were safe and that
We'll look up
everything was
live
done
action
properly. But if a kid was scared
Nickelodeon
and didn't want to
shows.
do it, kids shouldn't have had to
I
do
like
it.
cartoon
Period,
ideas
the end.
better.
And if I had known at the time, I would have changed it.
Listen, listen, Good Burger, you don't even want to know the real name. It's supposed to be called Good Bussy. And it was Cal and Keenan, and they were working at a shop, and they served up boy pussy.
He goes, in the first draft.
They're just flipping. Oh god!
I gotta be honest. In the era we're really
Let's see,
referencing,
what do we got?
I think we kind of nailed the major ones, and then it's like Clarissa Explains It All. That was a huge one.
iCarly.
I said iCarly already.
I
Victorious and Zoe 101. Victorious, where Ariana Grande was. That was her show.
Okay.
And then Zoe 101. That was Jamie Lynn Spears' show. Okay. So those were like, I guess, kind of our era.
Who was Smart Guy?
That was Disney Channel. Taj Mowry.
That's what a shame.
And he goes, I could never get my hands on that damn smart guy.
I look at all these dumb kids on set, and I just wanted smart guy.
That fucking smart guy.
He's too smart for me.
He goes, the problem is he had the intellect of an adult, so I couldn't rape him.
It was a different time. In my pilot of Rugrats, Angelica was a slut.
That is another thing, though, Connor. What was your joke about Rugrats at the end? Tommy comes in the camera's
I tweeted
face.
like years ago
intro.
where I was like, isn't it insane that he just busts on the lens of the camera?
Oh, with the bottle?
Yeah, because at the end of the Rugrats thing, he like squeezes the bottle, but in that angle, I have a screenshot of it. It looks like he's fully just like bukkake.
Yeah, Nickelodeon
That
was
probably
full
is
of that shit.
a perv thing.
It's a weird perv thing.
Yeah.
God knows how many others out there besides Schneider are responsible for weird
That's so
shit.
Raven can perceive the rape before it happens.
Yeah.
Disney Channel.
It's Disney Channel again, though. We got to do like, what about like, It was Miranda Cosgrove on Nickelodeon?
Yeah, she was on Drake and Josh and then iCarly.
She's
like the queen of Nickelodeon. She kind of took the Amanda Bynes spot.
Yeah.
Miranda Cosgrove.
iCarly was initially called I Come.
Very good.
All right, here we go. Hold on, folks. Hold
now
on.
We're back.
Hey, hold on. Did you hear this one? Have you ever heard of this, folks? I don't know. I really don't remember. There's really not that many live-action shows on Nickelodeon.
Drake and Josh, Jack and Off. Okay, here we go, folks.
This is why we have to allow Disney references and stuff. If we don't, we're going to be doing I Come and that. It's just like, come on.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
A halftime speech from our coach. Fellas, what are you doing out there? You're spiraling. All right, I will allow Disney and Cartoon Network references.
Perfect.
I'll stop policing it.
Okay.
It's too late, anyways. I feel like we nailed this.
Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good with Schneider.
Yeah, any body cam or anything.
I do think that we should bring up those fucking Ned's Declassified kids. That was the other big Nickelodeon show.
Okay, we'll do that because then this
Who's Ned's Declassified? I don't even know this.
Ned's Declassified School Survival Guy was a live action show that I watched growing up, but it was about like these kids surviving school, and the main kid Ned had like a book of like tips to survive school. But they were on Twitter the other day mocking the Quiet on Set documentary. And they're like bragging like, shit never happened to us. Sucks to get raped, losers.
So it's like a generation after.
But then they were all banging each other.
But yeah, but they were way more sexual than any other cast. Like they have a podcast now, the cast of Ned's Declassified, and all they do is talk about sucking each other off in their dressing rooms and trailers.
Are they dudes?
Yeah, like look at that.
Do you remember the first that I
What are
gave
you going to ask on this
Do you
podcast? First what?
Trying to say not
BJ.
gay.
I actually do. You really want to talk about this on the pod?
I just wanted to say
Dan
that I
Schneider.
felt like a failure.
Our
from that
podcast
point,
should be more like
because
this.
after-
He
didn't finish.
I know. Yep.
No, not.
Oh. You didn't. You did
He's
it.
gay.
After a moment, he just said, "Thanks, okay," and you got up and you went to the bathroom and you did your thing.
No. I don't remember
100%.
that at all.
So
Yeah,
which one
dude.
do you remember? The one on
I'm
the
gonna ask
couch?
Devin.
No, I remember the one in the back.
Because I remember the one with Schneider. Sorry, you weren't fucking Brian Peck, you uggo. What a crazy thing to say as former child
Yeah, this is
stars.
nuts.
Crazy,
Making
right?
me
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
About bait. They're talking about they're children.
They were like 15 when they did it.
That's
You
insane.
gotta fuck one, marry one, kill one. Dan
Could
Schneider,
you
Brian
find
Peck,
the-
Bob Iger.
Brian Peppers. There was a whole. What if there was a show on Nickelodeon called Peppers?
He's got his electric wheelchair.
He's just groaning in pain. He's like, my face hurts.
Bring me a kid.
I didn't watch it today, but I saw a bunch of things when they were talking about the documentary, and it was like the main guy Ned from the show was like,
Ned Declassified Podcast, Nickelodeon.
I'm trying to find the fucking
Ned's Declassified. What if I type in Ned's Declassified Podcast? Pwns Nickelodeon rape victims. Ned's Declassified Podcast totally dominates Nickelodeon rape victims.
They're on the Whatever podcast talking to Drake Bell.
Yeah.
They're like, so you let yourself get fucked?
fuck. I had it all pulled up earlier.
Damn, son.
Dude, that classified Quiet on Set.
Ned's Declassified.
That's some bear shit. That's some bear search queries.
Sometimes an otter starts getting
Damn,
taking too much
son,
time.
Where'd you get that cum?
What is that?
New Dan Schneider.
Legalize Dan Schneider.
La Musica de Brian Peck.
It's so fucking stupid. La Musica de Brian
La Musica de Brian Peck.
Damn, pedophile. Where'd you find this kid?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, my God.
This is lovely. This is a lovely evening.
I don't know. I can't.
Why
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Daniel, we told you never to speak about that.
Oh, my
Get
God.
back in your hole, Daniel.
Damn, they're horrible people.
Yeah, they're
Like,
bad people.
Like 7 seconds in, I'm like, you're
Literally,
the worst
Jesus
guy
fuck.
I've ever
Literally
seen.
bad people.
Give me your holes.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
Holy shit. Full screen it, Debbie.
He goes, Ned's Ned's declassless. Very good, Drake. Drake's learning from Trump. Drake Bell. more like Ned's declassless. This is wild. Laugh it up, guys. Laugh it up. Give me your holes. Really?
That is funny.
That is very funny.
They're killing Drake right
No,
now.
I'm saying he's tweeting like he's like being so like really my holes. Okay, that cool.
My holes.
Okay.
Wow, okay, dude.
Because it was pretty fucked up.
Sorry, we shouldn't joke about this. We really shouldn't.
Yeah, you shouldn't, dude.
This is about us. Listen, our set was not like that.
So why are you making
and
fun
no,
of
it's
Why are you making
awful.
fun of it, you
the
psycho?
Drake Bell is that's crazy to hear. Not talking about this anymore.
No.
Guys, we can't joke like this.
You have to
Guys,
fucking-
we're sometimes humor helps us move through things.
I woke up and he was sexually assaulting me.
The greatest cut of all time.
I had no idea the Ned's Declassified podcast was crazier than ours.
Wow,
Oh my god.
We should do a crossover, dude.
More like Ned's deranged. Bozos.
They need to stop listening to Lemon Party. Because it's a bad influence.
Ned's
They're at the live
Declassified are
show.
huge. They're all at the live show.
If you look them up,
Make fun of rape.
look them up
Damn.
on Instagram. I actually bet they follow you. I'm not even kidding.
There's
Look
no
up
way.
Ned. How could they not?
There's not a chance.
If they're potting that hard.
They're podding. That wasn't a pod though. That was just his like. That guy was obviously drunk and on like Instagram story or
We would
like,
never get
he was
drunk
on
on a
IG Live.
Oh, okay.
We never say anything like that.
Yeah.
No, I would never.
Yeah. Fuck.
Well,
Yeah,
Well,
I think.
I think we've done some.
think
Yeah,
good
we
work
fucking
today.
killed it.
I think that was a great episode.
What are some other intros to music? Some funny. What are the other ones that used to be?
I'm not good at this.
I can't really remember any besides like La Musica de Harry Fraud and like damn son. We're,
Yeah, that's you
yeah,
you
it's
got
about
it.
this. It's about that.
Okay, it's
Yeah, it's done.
Come on. Come on.
I don't think so.
Nothing? Nada?
No.
No bueno?
kidsass.com.
There we
Yeah, kidsass.com.
kidsass.com.
That's the name of the app.
New Dan
Will that get us
Schneider.
banned? Kids ass.
Damn pedophile, where'd you find this kid?
Oh, fuck.
All right.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Hope you enjoyed this, folks. This will be out after the Lemon Party Live on Saturdays. We recorded this early. Yeah.
My next show, Live, Laugh, Love, 420.
That's
Be
gonna
there.
kick ass.
Yeah.
Be there. What date?
Saturday, 420.
420.
Hitler's birthday, dude.
Connor acting like that he didn't plan for that.
Yeah.
Kidsass.com. All right.
All right. God bless you, folks.
We did it.
Hang on, wait. The dash T1000 on chess.com. We're starting a big chess club. The Hey Watch Chess Club. Add me. I got a bunch of ads. We're going to keep
Hell
it
yeah.
going.
Joey's stressed
Hell
out.
yeah. Let's do this.
He's got so many games going
We'll talk
on at
about it on the page, but yeah, it's Abby. We're doing a big chess club.
All right. We love you, folks. Have a
Love
good
you
night.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.